Hello folks, I'm Gemma from Hoglets Theatre and I am here today to teach you how to make a junk puppet. So we are going to make some crazy crocodiles inspired by this year's Summer Reading Challenge theme, which is Silly Squad and is all about animals. So what you're going to need to make this puppet is an egg box, a peg, a clippy peg, preferably wood if you can get one, a pair of scissors, some masking tape, 2 googly eyes, some paint and some very strong glue. I have a glue gun here. You can use a glue gun or you can use super glue. If you don't have a glue gun to hand, do not worry, not a problem. So this is how we begin. First, we take our egg box and make sure all the stickers are taken off it so it's nice and clean. Then I'm going to chop it in half. There we go. So we're going to chop it in half so we've got 2 separate halves. Then we're going to trim off all the flaps and the edges. So we're going to trim this off there. I'm going to put this bit to one side because we're going to use it later. So pop it there. And on the front, we're just going to make this lip straight across so there's no overlap. And we're just going to shape this round the front so it looks a bit more like a crocodile's nose. There we go. So we should have 2 halves of an egg box. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to make some nostrils and we're going to make some eye sockets for the eyes. So we're going to take our masking tape and we'll start with the eye sockets. And we're going to get a great big long piece. I love doing this. Masking tape, not many people know this. Masking tape is really good for modelling things. So what we're going to do is we're just going to screw it up into a ball. And then you can mould it and manipulate it. Not as easily as clay, but it's quite good. So we're going to make some eye socket shapes, so like bump shapes for the eyes. So start like that, then we're going to neaten it up a bit. Still keeping the shape intact. There we go. Now these don't have to be perfect, remember it's a junk model puppet, so if it looks a bit rough around the edges, it doesn't matter. So we're going to make one like an arch shape. So there's one. This is going to be the second one. Screw it up into a little ball, and then can you see I'm just manipulating it like this with my fingers, flattening it out, flattening one end and rounding the other. So give it a good squish. It's more pliable than it looks, and then neaten it out a little bit by covering it like so. Now they might look slightly different sizes, doesn't matter. As I say, this is not a perfect puppet, it's a junk puppet. So once you've got your eye sockets like this, we're going to take our strong glue and we're going to stick them to the back of the top of your egg box. So the front is where we rounded it earlier, the back is where there is a straight line, and we're going to stick it down. So pop some glue on, give it a good squish down, hold it in place for a second, then I'm just going to pop a bit more onto this one because it's quite a lot smaller than the other one. So the good thing with masking tape is you can really easily add things on and take them off again if if it's not right. There we go, there is eye socket number 2, all finished. I'm going to do the same again. Good big dab of glue. Lovely. And hold it down until it's firm. Fantastic. So that's our eye sockets. Next, we're going to make nostrils. This is a bit easier. I'm going to roll the paper together. Masking tape, twist it, roll it, twist it, stick it together, and then we're simply going to take the front of our crocodile where his nose would be. So I was imagining where these 2 bumps are already, that's where his nose is. And we are going to just stick this on. So we wrap a bit more masking tape around it to neaten it a little bit. And we're going to pop a little bit of glue on the top there. And secure this on. Then we're going to hold it till it's firm. And then stick on the bottom bits. Now, because this is a funny old shape, what might be a good idea is to then cover it with a little bit of masking tape, just so it stays in place until it dries. So blob there, blob there. This is where we're aiming to go. Like so, and we're going to hold it down. Press it tightly. Now, if you've got a glue gun, be very, very careful, unless you've got a cold melt glue gun. I've got a hot melt glue gun, so if I wince, you know, I've burnt my finger. So, like so. 1 nostril. So we're going to do the same again. Roll it. Roll it. Ooh. So we're going to do the same again. Roll it, scrunch it, fold it, roll it, roll it some more, and I'm going to cover it with a bit more masking tape to neaten it up. There we go, just like so. And we're going to do exactly the same on this side. Blob on the top, push it down, and we're going to hold it for a few seconds until it's firm. Then we'll try bending the 2 sides down. And then we put another blob on there, blob on there, and hold it until they are firm too. So there, if you can see, we have the basic crocodile shape. So we have the 2 eyes, the 2 nostrils. We're going to pop that to one side and let it dry for a few seconds. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to paint our crocodile. Now it's a crazy crocodile, so you can paint it any colour you want. I've been a bit boring and gone for traditional green, but you, however, can paint it any colour you want. It could be pink, purple, orange, could have spots, stripes, squiggles. You could even paint, stars on it. Anything you like. Now, you do not want to see paint dry. It's very boring. So, I'm going to pop that one to one side. And here is a top and bottom that I painted earlier. Both sides. So there's the top, inside and out. And there's the bottom, inside and out. So just put that to one side. Now, do you remember earlier I said we had to keep the little lip of the egg box that we cut off? This is for some teeth. What we're going to do is going to cut it in half and then cut these into big, big fangs. And these are going to go on the side of the crocodile's mouth. So clear that mess out of the way. We're going to make fangs like that. So once again, we're going to paint them. I've been really boring and painted them white. You can give your crocodile any colour teeth you want. So here again are two that I painted and let dry earlier. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take our crocodile and we're going to give him some googly eyes. Everything looks fantastic with googly eyes. So we're going to take our glue and we're going to stick our eyes on just there in the eye sockets that we've made. Fantastic. Then we're going to put some glue along the top of the back of one of our fangs and stick it to one side. We're going to stick it to the outside so it can be seen properly and it doesn't affect how your puppet moves. So that's one. I'm going to have to pop him down on his side now. And we're going to do exactly the same with the second one. Make sure you've got lots of glue on there. And give it a squeeze to make sure it's fixed and secure. Now we're going to give that a few seconds for it to dry. So we're going to lean that up on our peg. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the underneath of our egg box, so the crocodile's bottom jaw, and we're going to get a bit more masking tape. This is because the egg box cardboard isn't very strong, so this is just to reinforce where we are going to stick our peg. So it won't be seen very well. If you are a perfectionist, you can go over once it's done and paint it once your peg is stuck, but I'm just going to put a little bit of masking tape there at the back just to secure it. Neaten that up. And I'm going to do exactly the same at the top. So at the back of the top of your crocodile, so underneath, between where the eye sockets are there, we are going to do exactly the same, just a little bit more masking tape. Now it's right at the back, so it shouldn't be seen, but it just enables our peg to stick on a lot better. There we go. Now this part is a little bit tricky. we are going to cover this masking tape in lots and lots of glue. Then we're going to take our peg and we're going to hold it down on there. We're going to press it and squeeze it and hold it for a good 20 seconds to help the glue dry and to help it stick. So we'll see how it's feeling. Give the peg a little pinch. Oh, it's starting to come together. Brilliant. So we're going to do exactly the same with the bottom of your egg box. Loads and loads and loads and loads of glue. But this time we're going to put the peg down, but we're going to pinch it first. So the peg at the top doesn't stick to the peg at the bottom. So I'm going to put a finger in the middle. If you can see, I've put my finger between both the pegs. Just apply some pressure to help it stick down. Now, if you're using a glue gun, this should hopefully be quite robust. But I would give it a good half hour for everything to dry on it before you play with it too much. So there you go, your very own snapping junk puppet crocodile. It doesn't have to be a crocodile, you could use it as an alligator and maybe take inspiration from the story Alan's Big Scary Teeth for your puppet show. Or if you want to be even more imaginative, you could say it's a Sarcosuchus, which is a prehistoric relative of a crocodile, and take inspiration from something like Gigantosaurus or the dinosaur who pooped a planet or 10 Little Dinosaurs and make a dinosaur puppet show. Or you could just go with the old classic Roald Dahl, the very enormous crocodile. Or make up your own story. The choice is yours. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've had fun making your puppets. I would love to see what your puppets look like because they'll all be so very, very different. So when you've finished, if you want to send me a picture, you can send me a picture via email. My email address is gemma@hoglets.org.uk, or you can simply put it up on York Explorer's social media, their Twitter, their Instagram, or their Facebook, and I will see the wonderful puppets that you've made. So thank you very much. Go away, get creative. Thank you. Bye.